And good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever and whenever you may be listening to us across the entire globe. It's Psychic Talk. That's right. Hey, welcome to the Psychic Cafe. Yes, come on in, grab a coffee or tea, pull up a chair. Let's hang out and talk about the psychic sciences, tarot, numerology, and we're just going to answer your questions and take readings. How's everybody doing today? It's Tuesday, February 27th, 2024. I see Dan is in the chat. Hi, Dan. How's Michelle doing after surgery yesterday? You got to give us an update. Yes. So here we are. It's Tuesday. Oh my God, it is really quiet. Now, yesterday, we did pretty good yesterday. We had a bunch of people call in, a lot of callers, a lot of people in the chat, which hasn't really been happening on Mondays because, well, it's Monday, right? And people aren't all they're they're not all used to us being on every day of the week yet, right? But got a surprise yesterday. It was really great. Now, Blog Talk decided to hang up on us, so we didn't get to all the callers. And it was near the end of the show anyway. I didn't want to dial back in. Um, So we'll see today what happens. Will the technology keep working? As it is now, we're up and running. And you can call in at 714-816-4628. So yeah, yesterday turned out really great despite the technical problems with Blog Talk, which is our, ongoing thing and everything like that. And lots of great chat in the chat room and everything. Now today is not like that, not yet anyway. We'll see what happens. When it's like this, I always say, well, this is going to be our shortest show ever. We'll get out of here in a half hour, and then I'm here 2 hours. So we'll see if we get callers, if people pop into the chat, so it's not just me and Dan in there. Yeah, eventually people will start catching on, and especially if you subscribe to the channel. That's right. Hit the subscribe button and then hit the bell icon, and then what that does is you'll get notified every time we're going live like this. Plus, when we upload special videos, tutorials, workshops, things like that as well. So hit the subscribe. Don't forget to like as well. You would not believe how it helps us, with the algorithm and everything. So yeah, we are live streaming video on YouTube right now and simulcasting on radio. That's right. So if you're listening to us on radio, this is what you do. You open a new tab in your browser and you type in www.psychic.cafe/live. And every day of the week, that will take you to the current live. So write that down, just like our phone number, 714-816-4628. It doesn't change. So tomorrow, if you type in psychic.cafe/live, it'll take you over to the live for tomorrow. And you can wait for the show to start. Or if it's already started, it's the top of the hour, just type it in, join us in here. Heart chakra medium has joined us. Ooh, a medium. That's really cool. Do you do mediumship, like psychic mediumship, heart chakra? We need mediums on the network. Yeah. So anybody out there, you're a psychic medium, animal communicator. What else don't we have right now? See, over the 14 years of doing this, we've had a lot of hosts come and go. So there's been times when we had animal communicators and times when we haven't. And psychic mediums, we used to have a fabulous psychic medium Tuesday show where there was 3 of them on there. Astrology, it's been a long time since we had a resident astrologer on the network. Psychic Talk, you can come and join us. That would be really cool. and you can get your feet wet on these shows. These are our daily shows. We also have custom shows if you want your own custom show. So, it could be Jane does astrology, or astrology by Tom, or, you guys can come up with better names than I can. Sometimes I'm good at that, though. Sometimes I'm good with the names, you know, but you can join us on here. So, yeah, uh, those of you listening on radio, type in psychic.cafe/live and pop into the chat with us. Now, for those of you in the chat, and I know Dan's gonna type this in just a second here, as soon as I remind him to put the telephone number into the chat. Yeah, so if you're watching me right now and you are live with us here on YouTube, you can dial in 714-816-4628. As soon as you get through, press 1 on your dial pad. What that does is it moves you up into the caller queue, raises your hand. Literally, actually, yeah, it puts a hand raised next to your phone number. So I know you want to be live on air with me. Now, if you don't want to be live on air with me, you just want to call in and listen to the show via your phone, we have 50 caller lines in the phone bank. So you're more than welcome to just dial in and listen. But if you want to be live on air with me, dial in 714-816-4628 and press 1 on your dial pad, and that'll move you up into the caller queue. It'll raise your hand, and we'll get to your call in just a minute. Let's see. I know we have at least one caller in here. Yes, so we'll be doing that in just a second. Real quick, I want to do the numerology of the day and the card of the day. And Dan's in there saying like and subscribe. Here, I'm going to put the phone number in because he didn't put the phone number in yet. 714-816-4628. Then press number 1. There we go. I put it in there. So you can come and join us in the chat on YouTube. If you're on YouTube, you can call into the radio switchboard. We're one of the only shows, if not, probably the only one doing this on YouTube. So you have all the YouTube lives, and there'll be like hundreds of people listen to these. What do they call them? These YouTubers/creators, whatever terminology they use nowadays, and they'll have like 50, 100,000 people in the live, and the chat's going like crazy, and they have super chat, because they got monetized, and they do the super chats, and they pop up on the screen, and they take their questions that way, and they do a super chat for $20 or what have you, and all. We've not got to that point yet, but where we have it over them is we have the live simulcast on radio, and we have the phone bank. And I've only seen one other show attempt this, and they were literally, I mean, I kid you not, they were like holding the phone next to the microphone here, and this is much better the way we have this set up. But like I said yesterday, it just, Blog Talk hung up on us. I didn't even know till I went to take the next call and went to the studio, which is on a different tab than the YouTube. So there's the YouTube studio and there's the Blog Talk studio, blogtalkradio.com. And I'll have to switch between studios to see what's going on. So I switched over to the Blog Talk studio from YouTube to take a call, and it was just dead. The whole thing was dead. Not only did we get kicked out, but everybody else left because they weren't here the show anymore. Oh my gosh. Yeah. So these are the technologies that we deal with. Oh, you're late to the game, Dan. I already put in the phone number. He's putting the phone number in now. That's okay. So we got Dan in there is our moderator. He is Michelle's husband. Michelle is one of our hosts on the network, Michelle Metheny, with Michelle's Mystic Corner, the second and fourth Saturdays of the month. I'm stuck on Tuesday because it's Tuesday. Got to get me a little coffee here. Yes. Oh, there's Michelle. I hope you're feeling better, Michelle. Dan said earlier, much better. She's up and about today. Oh, yay. So she was able to. I'm surprised so soon you're able to jump in here. Michelle had a procedure and she's doing great, I hear. So um, hopefully she'll be back on, you know, at least by the time her next show. And her next show is March. We're almost into March here. And March 9th is the second Tuesday. So that's when you'll see Michelle next. And I'll be guest co well, I don't know. I might be guest co-hosting with her. It depends on uh if she still wants me to guest co-host with her or not. I don't know. Because that's her show. I was just guest co-hosting to kind of like be there, help her out, in case, things, and let her get her feet wet and everything like that. So, it's the 27th, so that's the 9 energy. We talked about that yesterday because the date was 9 and the day was 8. Today, the day is 9 and the date is 10, which is 1. So we have endings and beginnings today. This is great. Okay, so what do you do when you have both those energies floating around? Well, it's really simple. In the earlier part of the day, that like we're in now, take a look at what you can let go of. Belief systems that no longer serve you, um, relationships that no longer serve you, thought patterns and habits, and all that. And then in the latter part of the day, that one energy, what's new? What can you start new? Or, what do you have planned to start? Right. And you know with it being the day and the date energy, it's not like personal year energy and the world year energy. It's much more subtle, so it might not be big endings and big beginnings. It might be day-to-day stuff, more mundane, but not necessarily. It could be big. We'll see. Michelle says, I'm doing fairly well today. Staying positive. Keep positive, Michelle. Everything is going to be good and okay and everything like that. I haven't seen Ellie around in a while. Have you noticed? Ellie started a job on Monday, I think, though. I think it was this Monday she started. So I got to see if she could pop in on a Saturday. Somebody remind me, Michelle, Dan, somebody message me after the show and say, hey, don't forget to message Ellie and see if she can do a show on Saturday. Pop in. And Michelle, whenever you've recovered and you want to pop in on one of these daily shows, maybe next Tuesday or something like that, that's perfectly fine. Or if maybe you feel great by the weekend, you want to jump in on Saturday, or maybe you want to jump in next Thursday or Wednesday. I don't know. But if not, don't worry about it because you got that show coming up on the 9th and, just rest and recover all the way to the 9th. That's fine. So in addition to the energy like that, I shuffled the deck and got the heart of the matter card, and it's the Page of Pentacles. That's right. So with the Page of Pentacles here, keep your eye on the ball, right? I'll do it on this side. Keep your eye on the ball. Keep focused on your goals. Commit to what you're starting or already in the process of doing. Commit to it. And with all of the pages, there's an element of learning. Maybe you need some new skills, you need to brush up on things. Trying to think what else I was going to say about that. But the big takeaway is it's not enough to dream about this stuff. You've got to commit to it and focus on it. I should have wrote this down because it was another thing I was going to say. And now I'm having one of those senior moments where it just goes out of your head. You know, thought I wrote that down somewhere, but I guess I didn't. Yeah. But yes, if you need to go over to Udemy and take a course or something like that. But the card of the day is there it is, the Five of Swords. We love this card, right? Not really. Well, a lot of people don't like the fives in tarot. They tend to be the negative cards in the minor arcana. Five is actually not bad. Five is a high energy number in numerology that breaks you free of the structure of four so you can move on to the higher numbers. And then at six, you return to balance and harmony after the five. Five can be chaos, though. It's the chaos number in numerology. And that's what people, you know, dislike and everything. So what's going on? What's going on with this? Well, this card's come up a few times lately, and I keep saying the same thing. Do you want to be right or do you want to be happy? It's kind of goes back to the old thing, like uh the wife is always right. Sorry, Dan. Yeah, it's like, do you want to be right? You may be perfectly right, but or do you want to be happy? You know. But this card often comes up when it's like, okay, it's kind of technically a victory card, but at what cost? That's the major thing for me, right? At what cost? It can also, it's swords and so it's thoughts and ideas. So it could be things like strategic thinking, craftiness and things like that. But also, is it victory through deceit? That's a possibility too. Now, sometimes this card comes up to remind us. So, some of you folks out there, if there's something shady going on, it's not too late to turn things around, is the message coming through. Um, Sometimes it actually says, sometimes this card shows up, it's more rare, but saying that, you actually need to take the upper hand. You need to start an argument, start a conflict. It may be necessary to jar things. You know how I said that sometimes you need the chaos of five and the high energy to break you free of structure. Structure's great. You hit four, you've manifested, one, two, three, four. There's a whole progression through the nine numbers, right? And you get to four, and it's great, and you've manifested, and there's structure, and you've built foundations. The problem is, though, we can get stuck there and never get to the higher numbers. A lot of times we think that four is the ending, the be all and end all. It's like, oh, this is great. We've manifested something, but it's not true abundance. True abundance and prosperity doesn't come to eight. At eight, you're double four and you want to get there. Oh, is that how you do the balloons? You do the, I don't know, but I just got balloons. It's crazy. That's the Mac for you. They added these things. Um, So yeah, like I was saying, which I'm trying to remember. What was I saying? The balloons distracted me. Geez, now I forgot what I was saying. Yeah, you need the five, the high energy and the chaos to break you free from the four so you can move higher from the structure of four. Now, the thing is, with the five of swords, that's talking about taking the same concept and saying that sometimes you need conflict. Yeah. So that's the card of the day, and also the heart of the matter card that I got as well. Pop that into the deck and do some shuffling. So what's going on in the chat? For those of you waiting on the phone lines, we are coming to the phone lines. So just just giving it a couple more minutes for some people to call, more people to call in. Oh, we got quite a bit though. Remember to push one on your dial pad as soon as you get through. That puts you up in the caller queue, lets me know you want to be live on air with me. 714-816-4628. Oh, you missed it, Michelle, yesterday. It was a really great day. Actually, two people bought me coffee and two people joined the lifetime membership at the Tarot Guild. And they both joined at the $39, the two payments of $39. So what I did was the lifetime membership is 75% off. And you guys can check that out over here. It's psychic.cafe/sale. And it's normally $297 for the lifetime membership. You're signed up for life and you get, my course and free certification and all the benefits of membership at the guild. Well, I added now where you can pay one payment of $78. That's the 75% off, or split it into two payments. So $39 now and $39 a month from now. And so had two people jump on that. Who's our new members? Okay, so one is Gretchen and the other is Christina. So I just want to give a shout out to them. Gretchen and Christina, welcome to the lifetime membership. They both joined yesterday. Plus, I got 2 cups of coffee and oh dear, I forget now. Let me see if I pop in. I might be able to see who that was. Dan might remember too, because they said in the chat. Yeah, I know one of them was Kay, but there was somebody else too, but I'm not entirely sure. There was Elisa, but that was the day before, I think. Anyway, really great day yesterday. Okay, let's see what's going on in the chat here. Michelle said she'll definitely let me know when she's ready to pop back on, or we'll just wait to the night. That's fine too. It's nice to take a break every once in a while, or what you could do, Michelle, if you feel up to it in a week or, whenever you do, make some short videos, pop them up on the channel. We'll get them on the Psychic Cafe, psychic.cafe, our new community website. And Dan's telling everybody about how to get a reading. So yeah, in the chat, go ahead and Ellie and Michelle show co-hosting. Ha ha ha. Dan said, yeah, if Ellie and Michelle, this coming Saturday is not one of Michelle's shows. So that's why I said, maybe Ellie can co-host with me. But yeah, I could run the technology in the background and Ellie and Michelle could do the show, just the two of them. That would be really cool to see. Yes. Yes, indeed. But yes, to get a reading, if you just want something general in the and hi Bob. Bob Eden's in there. Hey, the gift of depression. Interesting. Coffee, anyone? Absolutely. By the way, you can grab me a cup of coffee at psychic.cafe/coffee. That's right. I should take down the sale icon there and pop up the coffee one, right? I don't think I have it on here. Probably not. It's over at the cafe, psychic.cafe/coffee. Um, yeah, if you want just a general reading, say, hey, please pull a card for me. If you have a very specific question, type in the question. There is no list to get on. You do not have to ask, may I have a reading? You do not have to ask for a reading. You do not have to get on a list. All you have to do is type in, please pull a card for me, or type in a very specific question, 1 or 2 lines. Try to keep it as concise as possible. Do we get any questions yet, Dan? I don't see any questions in here. We're going to go to phone lines, but I just thought I'd see if there's any in here. Sometimes I am happy, sometimes I am sad, but I am always content. That's Bob. That's great. Let's see here. It's 5:25 a.m. here in the uh Whitsunday Islands. I don't know how to pronounce that right. Yeah. So heart chakra medium, what is the outcome of my current situation at work? Okay, we will take a look at that for sure. let's see here. And then, oh, yeah, we got more people coming in. A lot of people have called in and not raised their hands. So I'm just assuming you're listening to the show. But if you want to be live on air with me, dial in 714-816-4628. Press one on your dial pad. That way I know you want to be live on air. I'm going to give people a minute to do that while I look at chakra medium. The heart of the matter is, okay. So, what I'm getting right away, this is the heart of the matter card. I haven't pulled cards yet. The heart of the matter, oh, for people that are new, that's my own invention where like I shuffle the deck and I shuffle the deck and I shuffle the deck. And to choose where I take cards off the top, I cut the deck, right? Put that down. The bottom half I put on top. And then I just start taking cards off the top. But when I cut it, this card on the bottom, which ends up on the bottom of the deck, I call that cutting to the heart of the matter card. And a lot of times that's all you need. It'll answer the question. So that's what I got. The Three of Pentacles, working on a project at work. I don't know if that's part of what's going on with you with that, but it seems to me if we just focus on that, well, I'll hold that till the end and I'll show you how heart of the matter cards can answer the whole thing without even the rest of the cards. But then I usually pull cards, right? Four of Cups, obviously not happy with the situation right now. But often with the Four of Cups, there is this other solution being offered from the universe that it might be available now and you just don't see it or it hasn't come in yet. But yeah, there is something. And as far as the resolution goes, it can happen really quickly. It's eight. Eight is abundance in numerology, and Eight of Wands is things happening quickly. It can also talk about telecommunication. So, emails about this situation, messaging about this situation. But the takeaway, what I'm getting here is, once you see that way of working with the situation, it resolves itself quickly. And the timing on that is eight. So that could be 8 days. It could be 8 hours from now. It could be 8 days from now. It could be 8 weeks from now, you know? So I'm not really sure on the timing there. I get a feeling it's more like an 8 day thing. And Ten of Swords, this is telling me that it's already primarily over and done with. And, the sun's coming up, the day is dawning in the background there. Yeah. But these two cards show up at the end. We've got the Magician card. That always shows up to let us know that really you have the power. You can manifest it any way you want. And then the Queen of Cups, that's your connection to your spiritual ability, your intuition, your gut instincts. So it's saying with this situation, that's how you're going to maneuver your way through it is by listening to your gut instincts. And then the Magician is saying, okay, how do you want it to resolve? What do you want it to look like? Which brings us back to this. Everybody working, pulling their own weight and working on a project together and, everybody happy with what everybody else is doing and, working together and getting something accomplished. Okay. So that's the heart of the matter card. That's the overview. That's what I think is really what it comes down to is getting back to, getting it done, basically. Getting it done. So let's see what did Shopper say? What's the outcome of my current situation? Thanks in advance. Oh, Kavya Burma is in there. Hi. And they have a question. And Chakra said, Four Cups, yes. Keeping the details confidential, that's true. Okay, Ten of Swords, yes. Magician, Queen of Cups, yes. There you go. So I hope that helped you out. With that queen showing up, it tells me, this is only confirmation. Like you already know. All right. Yeah. So if anybody else, Tavia, I'll get to your question in just a minute. If anybody else has a question, go ahead and pop it into the chat there. When I come back to the chat, I'll grab those questions, starting with Kavia. Three of Pentacles. Yes, I will be watching out for this. Heart of the matter. Okay, so we're going to go over to the phone lines, see who's been waiting the longest. It looks like area code 312. Hello, caller 312. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Hi, good afternoon. My name is Brian, and I'm calling from Chicago.
Brian from Chicago. Hey, how's it going?
All is well. Everything's going pretty good so far. Thank you for asking.
Yeah, I'm going to grab a sip of a sip of coffee from my cup here. Brian, why don't you go ahead and let me know what you want to chat about?
Yes, just want to know if you can pick up any changes in my career right now. I'm an assistant principal.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I'll be transitioning out of that role because there's a temporary role that I started in December. I was hoping to get an extension, but it was not granted because of budgetary issues. And
Mm-hmm.
so my last day is going to be on March the 9th, and I just want to know, do you see anything opening up for me?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay. Yep. So that's showing up. The situation showing up is the Five of Cups. It's the crying over spilt milk card. So, or either Dracula spilled his blood in the cups there. There's one card in one version of this card in tarot where there's like wine, I guess, coming out of the cups that have spilt, and it looks like blood. And with the cape on this figure in the five of cups, I always crack up because as soon as I see it, I'm like, oh, but the whole idea is that okay, your goal is on the other side of the river. The river there is the river of life, and there's a bridge over there, and the bridge is on the side behind the figure, and there's two upright cups behind the figure, and that's the answer. So that's the bridge across the stream to the goal that you have now. Is like what's next, right? There's two upright cups. you know all the figure has to do is they're all the figure's facing the three cups that have spilt their contents, and the figure's head is bowed down, like they're not happy, right? And all they can do is focus on the negative, when all they need to do is turn around and see the two cups that are still there. That's telling you what the situation is. Now, will something come in relatively soon? Yes. In fact, I'm getting two six cards. Six is success in numerology and tarot, really. I got the Six of Pentacles and the Six of Swords. Uh, it's not super fast. The Six of Swords is slow, steady progress towards your goal. And the Six of Pentacles, he's giving alms to the poor, but he's got a scale. He's carefully measuring here. So, I think it's, being careful with the finances right now, and you're moving slowly and steadily towards your goal of, what's next. But there's a lot of swords there. So a lot of thoughts and ideas. You may be overthinking it a little bit, but the big takeaway is that I'm getting these two sixes right next to each other, telling me that success is there. So you're going to be able to make it happen. And then I get the Lovers card, which is also six. A lot of six energy here. Now it may take you 6 weeks. you know it could happen as quickly as 6 days if you manifest it, if you make it happen that way. But if you just roll the dice and wait for it to happen, kind of thing, let life happen to you, it you know about 6 weeks. It could say that's the only major arcana card showing up. And the Lover's card is, in people always think of, romance when the Lover's card comes up and so forth. And hey, you know, that's not a bad concept though. What do you really love? What do you really love? This is a great think of this as an opportunity to get more focused on what is going to be emotionally satisfying for you versus just the next gig, you know? And so people often think about that when they see the Lover's card, interpersonal relationships, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. But originally the Lover's card, if you go back to the ancient decks, going back hundreds and hundreds of years, it was a card of choice. It was about making choice, making decisions, and I think that may be possibly what it's hinting at for you is that maybe there's a choice you're conscious of, maybe there's a choice you're not conscious of that you need to take. And along with this, the Seven of Pentacles shows up. Seven is the seeker in numerology. And in the card, Seven of Pentacles, Pentacles is earth. So we're talking about the material. We're talking about, career and work and income and all that kind of thing. The figure in the card, probably a farmer, is leaning on a hoe and looking at the harvest. And so they are contemplating reevaluating the harvest. So the message from the tarot here is, I got all these sixes that are success. So you're going to be fine. But the Seven of Pentacles and a little hint from the Lover's card there, Brian, is you might want to reevaluate your entire situation. You might be, what what are you really in love with, as opposed to just, and if it is school and if it is being a principal or an assistant principal, if it is teaching, great. That's great, but is it? That's the thing, you know. I don't know. I just have this gut instinct. There's a little feeling there that there's something more to it. So the message from the tarot is yes, you're going to be able to find the next gig, but it might be a stopgap measure. And you really should reevaluate everything and really look inside and say to yourself, okay, what makes my heart sing? What do I really want to be doing here? Because yeah, it's depressing when we lose a contract or when there's cuts made and we lose our position or what have you. But not just for you, but for everybody out there listening, when something like that happens, that's the universe saying, hey, here's a massive opportunity to make a change, do something different, do what you really want to, what really is emotionally satisfying to you. So I hope that helps you out, Brian.
It sure does. It really do. And thank you so much.
Thanks for the call. Thanks for the call. And we're here 7 days a week. So, if you want to call back in when I'm on one of these shows, call back in and let us know what happened, because that'd be very interesting to see, what path you actually end up going down. All righty. So that opens another line at 714-816-4628. Go ahead and jump in here. Press 1 on your dial pad if you want to be live on air with me. Oh, Charlotte made it into the chat. Charlotte, howdy doody, friends. Sending you all a great big hug. Yes, yes. Okay. Go over, Dan's telling everybody to go over to the website. Our new community website for Psychic Talk, for the Psychic Talk Network, and for the Tarot Guild is www.psychic.cafe. Here, let me put the URL up for those of you watching on video here so you can see it real quick. It's not a .com or a .net or .org. And I know I sound like a broken record saying that on every show, but I just want to make sure, especially all the new people, get that, because a lot of people don't know about these other extensions besides the ones that we're used to, the .cc and the .com and .net and org and things like that. Ours is .cafe, and it allows us to really shorten it down because we're Psychic Cafe at psychic.cafe. So, yes, just open a new tab in your browser, type in psychic.cafe, and you'll be greeted with a welcome there. You'll be actually right on our community feed, which is, like your wall or the activity feed on Facebook. Uh, we have all the same features as Facebook, just like any social media platform out there, with the private messaging and instant messaging chat, groups and blog posts and status update posts, and you can post pictures and post videos and talk to other people, and it's really cool. It's our own little space without all the quirkiness of some of the other social media out there. We'll just say, I won't name names, but you know what I'm talking about. And formerly known as Twitter, Facebook. And anyway, yeah, the negativeness, there's negativity, there's, propaganda, there is, yeah, we talk about spirituality, but, there's the extreme fundamental religion commentary, there's the politics and advertisements and just negative stuff, and now we have our own platform where we don't have that. So you can come over and join Psychic Cafe. There's always someone to talk to and hang out. And we do these shows every single day. So we're always here for you. Yeah. And it's free to join. Go over to Psychic Cafe, click on the green sign up, and you put in a username and a email address and a password, and put in a profile picture and a cover image there, and you get your own blog, you get your own profile and everything, and it's free to join over there. So hop on over there. Okay, before I take another call, I was going to go back to Kavya, and I think they repeated. Did they repeat their? Oh, there it is. Current feelings of mad. That could be Madhav or Made Hav. I'll just say mad. Let's see what's going on with that. Um, this is interesting. So right off the bat, I get the sun card for you, Kavya. It looks really, really promising. Looks really promising. But I also get the tower card. That almost never happens when you get the sun card right next to the tower card. The best card you can get, arguably, the worst card you could get, arguably, right next to each other. All right. Um, and then Madhav shows up as the emperor. And then here you are, the two of wands. It's like you're still looking, you're still looking. Okay. So we started out really good. And then very quickly it went south, I think it's kind of a hint from the tarot that it's not really telling me specifically how he feels about you. I'm not getting that. If anything, the sternness of the emperor is telling me that, it might be not the feelings you're looking for. Okay. But really, that's all I can say. I could say that that's what it is, but I don't know. Not 100%, because typically when someone asks that question, you get a different set of cards, right? So It's possible that that's how he feels, but I don't know because we got the sun card at the beginning. He might have great feelings for you. However, if you go in that direction, a relationship with that person, then we get the tower card. I don't think it's going to end well. And then you end up back out searching again anyway. So yeah, very strange. That's what happens sometimes with tarot. It just, throws you curveballs like that every once in a while. Charlotte says the force is with Daxi. Check out his shirt. Yes, yes. I wore this on purpose. This is one of my Star Wars shirts, and it is can you guys read the book he's reading? How to build a better Death Star. I got another one which is even funnier. I think it's like how to be a better father. I just love that. I just love that. I just say the force is with us all. Yes. Charlotte, it's the dark side, Dan said. Yes. And then Kavya is still going on. Did you not hear what I just said, Kavya, with the answer? Maybe you're just there is a delay with the broadcast. So maybe you're just getting the information, but because she put again about the, uh will there be a future with him? And then now she's retracting all her messages. I'm sorry. Some people just crack me up in the chat, the things that go on in there, But yeah, I think I already answered the question though, power card, anyone? Yeah. So Bob's popping in there. Bob's on a mission to eradicate suicide. Hey, good for you. Good for you. And the biggest thing of that, like the highest percentage is amongst our military. And the American Legion has a huge program we just launched called Be the One. Be the One. And so you want to check that out. Search on Google, Be the One American Legion, and see how you can help out with helping eradicate suicide people. Yeah. Um, just see if I could find that real quick. I don't know. Okay. That's weird. So yeah, Chrome's not liking my queries here. Yeah. It's not working right. All right, let me see if I can. Oh, I thought it was just Be the One, but that's interesting. And when you do be the one.com, nothing comes up, Be the One. Let me try American Legion. American Legion. Okay. Click on that. There we go. And there's a whole about thing. And by the way, the video, I think it might be the video that's on here, possibly. Um, some of our members at our local post actually show up on this national thing. It's really interesting. I'm gonna see if it'll let me. Actually, I'm gonna go over here. Okay, I'll see if it'll let me pop that in. So there's the link, folks. Legion.org/, be the one / about. Oh, what happens if you don't have the about on there? I wonder. Maybe it's just be the one. Yeah, you could just do that too. I'll pop that in the chat too. So if you're interested in helping out, go check out this program, legion.org / be the one all together. Yes. And Bob says, yes, PTSD is a terrible wound of the soul. Yes. Yes. Absolutely. Absolutely. So yeah, so there's this new program, this new push um for be the one. And it's the American Legion, literally just added create this new logo and just added it to like hats and t-shirts like on the sleeve and stuff like that. And it's on all of our literature now and so forth. It's like this new push for this program, Be the One. And because you can be the one to help stop suicide, especially amongst our service people, active duty and retired and veterans. Yes. So I'm an Air Force veteran, just so you know, and I'm the judge advocate at our post local here in Tucson. All righty. So I'm going to see if I don't think there's any questions. If there is, I will be back shortly if you have a question in the chat. So go ahead and please pull a card for me if you want something general. If you have a specific question, type it in the chat. Boy, we had a lot of people call in. There's a lot of calls on here. A bunch of them don't have their hands raised. So if you just called in recently and you want to be live on air with me, remember you have to press 1 on your dial pad. That'll put you up in the caller queue. And I take the calls in the order that they come in. This is a great time to dial in. It's filling up really quickly. In the beginning of the show, when it was just me and Dan and one caller, area code 312, we were chatting about how, yesterday was gangbusters and today was like kind of slow. We didn't think we'd get any calls or even, people in the chat, but it's starting to take off. It's crazy. We're already up to 22 views on the YouTube video, which, we were lucky to hit the teens before. The other day we had 42 and we had one where it was 62. Things are starting to snowball and people are starting to join us and everything. Speaking of joining us, if you're on the YouTube channel right now, or even if you're not, go over to the YouTube channel, psychic.cafe/YouTube. Yes, everything we do now is super simple and easy. Like this right here, psychic.cafe/coffee when you want to go buy me a cup of coffee. So yeah, hit subscribe and please like our videos. Also, we have almost 600 videos and there are all kinds of like free workshops and stuff. Go watch the workshops. And man, not only will you learn really cool things, but it'll help our watch time. And if you subscribe, it'll help us hit that elusive 500 and then eventually 1,000 subscribers that we need hit. Okay. Oh, Charlotte's got a question in there. All right, Charlotte, I'm going to be back in just a second with your question on which realtor will do the best job for me. I love that. We don't get cool questions like that all the time, so that's different. We're going to go to area code 614 right now first. Are you there? Hey, what's your name?
This is Bob Eden from the Whitsunday Islands in beautiful Australia.
Oh, yes. Hi, Bob. Great to talk with you again. It's been like years since I talked to you.
Yeah, and I never pictured you looking like you do from your voice without, the video back in the days.
Right. Back then it was all radio. We did 14 years of radio. And when people see me on video or see my picture on like the banners for promotion and stuff, they tell me my voice doesn't match me often, because I got that radio voice, right?
Yeah. Very, very smooth presentation. Yeah. What? I'd like to know what's happening for me. I'm having some issues around health at the moment, and will I get through it? Basically, and just as a caveat to what I'm doing now, I'm 71 years old, and I have never had such a zest for life. I'm on a mission to eradicate suicide, and that's what's driving my YouTube channel, the books I've written on the gift of depression, and in a couple of hours I'm hosting a local support group for people that want to heal recover from depression, because it is doable. I suffered from it for over 20 years, and finally threw the meds away and went into my heart and found my solution. And so, yeah, the medical system says, oh, you got depression, it's a life sentence, so it will come in and go out. And
Yeah.
I'm just calling that out as bullshit. Because it's not a life sentence, and I'm living proof of that. So yeah, I'm fired up, but I'm got a few concerns about health. I've been told I might have cancer and blah blah, So yeah, yeah, but I'm not too concerned about it, because I have a
Right.
growing catalogue of natural remedies. Yeah. So what does the future hold for me, Dax?
Well, let's take a look. Now, of course, I can't really predict that. And the reason is, well, first of all, I don't predict death, but the main thing is in when someone's having a medical situation, we're not allowed to diagnose, and we're not allowed, really to go there. Um
Yeah,
Now
I
that
get that.
doesn't mean we can't pull cards and see what comes up, right? So I pulled cards,
Yeah.
and my central focus here. Let me look here. Is this the only major arcana? No, I got another major arcana, and I know what that's about. That's about something else. But the central focus in the center of this spread is the star card. Yes, there is always hope. And the star card is the abundance energy, 8, because it's card 17. 1 plus 7 is 8. 8 is abundance and prosperity in numerology. And we happen to be in a world year of 8, abundance and prosperity, if you can focus on it, right? So the main takeaway, the star card, that's all you really need, is that the hope is there. Okay. Now, what you were saying about having something to focus on, the King of Swords shows up. He has that one sword, swords are thoughts and ideas. He has that one idea that he's focused on. And that's really going to help you, not just in general, but also, specifically with your health. Literally, it can keep you going, Um, and I'm getting the High Priestess card. So again, focusing in on, like, it's not an accident that you stopped by today and it's been a while. To focus on your intuition.
Synchronicity.
You want to focus on that intuition, gut instincts, your psychic ability. That is going to help you with anything you have to treat with your situation right now. I'm not getting anything that says any specifics about, yes, you have cancer, no, you don't have cancer. I'm not getting that kind of thing. I'm more getting on,
Can I
advice.
respond?
Yeah, 1 second though. What I'm getting more is
Okay.
advice that you need to focus on what you're focused on right now, and just go with that. And the big thing is, the star card, keeping the faith, and that will keep you going more than anything else. I also got the Queen of Pentacles, and that's the nurturer card. It's I call it the mother card. And so it's like how she's holding this, look how she's holding that pentacle, like she's holding a baby, but it's pentacles. So it's something from the material realm, which again is hinting towards what you're doing. And so helping to eradicate, depression, that's your baby, that's your pentacle, and you need to be the nurturing force and putting all your energy into that, and that will sustain you more than anything else.
Yeah. And what I'd like to say in response to that, thank you for supporting the message that I got from the universe, which is for any event that happens in my life, like this prostate cancer thing, I ask myself this question: okay, Bob, you have created this event in your life. What is the lesson you need to learn from it? And when I ask myself that question, the universe came back almost straight away and saying, Bob, it's time for you to put up or shut up. You either fold back into your programming and go down the cut and slice Western medical model, or you walk your talk and go the natural remedy route and believe in the power of creation and the beautiful immune system that I've got. So thanks for reaffirming, my own choice, if you like, because I've been sitting on the watershed for weeks, and but yeah, I feel really joyful, not joyful. The only people with fear around me are the medical practitioners that I have to see, and I really need strong boundaries not to get sucked into that dark cloud of fear. I'm sitting here quite calm now because I've got a whole swag full of natural remedies that I can work with nature to get through this, and I'm not going to shuffle off this mortal coil until my mission to eradicate suicide is successful. So thanks, Dex.
Yeah. So good luck with that, and let us know how you're getting along. And we'll talk to you next time. So that's Bob. Yeah. Some of you that have been around a long time probably remember Bob. I know Charlotte does, right? You remember Bob? Yep. So real quick before I take another call, I want to pop over here and let everybody know that, of course, we're doing shows daily now. And you can call in, get a reading. You can pop in the chat and chat with everybody and also get a reading in there. But besides readings, don't forget, you can also ask about our new community website, psychic.cafe. You can ask about the Tarot Guild. You can ask about the Psychic Talk Network, how you could start your own show, your own YouTube live show, your own radio show, and we can help you with that. You can also come on as a guest co-host doing just guest spots on the shows as well. If you don't want to create your own show and be on your own. Another way to do it is to start as a guest co-host. Come on with me and maybe one or two other people, maybe. And then, you don't feel like you're out on your own yet, and you can get your feet wet. And then once you're used to doing shows, then you can do your own private show. And that's actually what Michelle did. She came on here, jumped on with me, just doing some shows, and then started Michelle's Mystic Corner. And with the custom shows, you can do just one show a month if you want, or you can do two shows like every other week. Like Michelle does the second and fourth Saturday, and Maria does the first and third Sundays, something like that. Or you can be on weekly, like Catherine's show. Yeah. And for those of you who don't know, the Tarot Guild is our official sponsor, and basically our sister website, sister company with Psychic Talk, the network, and our new community website, Psychic Cafe. Psychic.cafe is taking over the community aspect of the Tarot Guild. Basically, on the tarotguild.com, our old website is a website built on the Ning platform, which is similar to what we're using with Psychic.cafe, where it is a fully functional social media like Facebook kind of platform. It's not just a website, but we were having issues with Ning, and also it's on thetarotguild.com, whereas we wanted something for also our radio listeners, our YouTube viewers, our followers, everybody from Psychic Talk, our hosts, as well as the Tarot Guild and our Tarot Guild members and so forth like that. So that's why we built the third separate community, and also to make it a cleaner, more modern design with all the same features that we had on the Ning platform, but it just works better. It's built on WordPress, whereas Ning was a proprietary platform. So the Ning site is still there temporarily if you're a member, but you want to get over and get onto psychic.cafe as soon as you can and set up a profile there, because the profiles on thetarotguild.com are going away. And what's going to happen is the old Ning site is going to be replaced with a nice, modern, clean website that is going to be like a static website where you'll be able to go to thetarotguild.com and learn about the guild, learn about becoming a tarot reader, learn about our courses and all our offerings, becoming a professional member, becoming a professional reader, getting certified, all that information. But all of our interaction and networking and social networking, community features and postings and chat and things like that, that's all going to take place on psychic.cafe. And it's also just in time for our 20th birthday, which will be October 31st, Halloween this year. It's a little ways away, but it's we're in our 20th year now. It's great. It is great. And it's free to join psychic.cafe, like I said earlier in the show. But we also have a lifetime membership, which I mentioned earlier is 75% off. You can go to psychic.cafe/sale. That's psychic.cafe/sale. Take you right over there. And there's a button to sign up, and you'll get 75% off the normal $297. So it'll be $78. And below that button, there's a link if you would rather do 2 payments of $39. So it's, easy and available for everybody. And when you join the lifetime membership, you get the full functionality of psychic.cafe. Now, right now, psychic.cafe is fairly open because I have not set up the membership levels and everything like that. But eventually, when I get that all set up, it's going to lock out some of the features. The features will only be available to our supporter members and our guild members. So that's another reason to grab this lifetime membership, because it'll be on a subscription basis. Haven't worked all that out yet. So I don't want to name pricing, but it's going to be a lot more than one payment of $78 for life. A lot more. No recurring fees at all. And then you'll get our panel discussions, our workshops, our live Q&As, and also certification is free. So if you subscribe to the website later, you'll have to pay separately for certification, whereas you get it included with the lifetime membership. And you can come be a guest co-host on our shows. Yes, that is a perk of the lifetime membership, not just the regular premium membership. You have to be a lifetime member. Now, we're going to have a different opportunity once we get rid of the lifetime membership. The sale is over and we go all subscription. It's going to be like a monthly subscription, but we'll have a level for those that want to be when you're a member, you'll be able to pop in on some shows. We will do an interview with you, reader interview. We'll post it on YouTube and put it out everywhere and promote you and your business. And we'll have another level, like if you want to be on the shows regularly, coming on as a guest co-host. And then, of course, at Psychic Talk, we have the different levels if you want your own custom show. And of course, we always promote you and your business. And that's part of the perks of, joining the guild. And then my tarot and numerology course, Tarot by the Numbers, That's a $297 course that's included free with the lifetime membership. And after the lifetime membership and the sale goes away again, you're going to have to buy the course separately. But right now, there's this bundle with everything in it for $78 or 2 payments of 39. So jump on that. And I'm just going to be harping on that all through March, only because I want all of you to be able to get this deal before it goes away. And then, of course, once again, you can come over and grab me a cup of coffee at psychic.cafe/coffee. That's psychic.cafe/coffee. And you can, it's our tip jar. You can send in $10, $20, $15, whatever you want. And by the way, if you buy me a cup of coffee, I'll bring you on, no waiting. That's right. We'll take your call first or your question in chat first and right away, and we'll spend more time with you. You guys might have noticed yesterday when who was it? Was it Joy? Gosh, my mind just blanked. Charlotte or Dan or somebody's got to remind me. I forget about yesterday. She bought a cup of coffee, and I took her. Actually, she called in as well as was in the chat on YouTube. So I took her call, and I spent more time with her, and kind of answered kind of almost two questions, pulled more cards than I would normally do, and that's because she bought a cup of coffee. That is the secret to get a longer reading, and also wherever you are in the caller queue, you could be like caller number 18, and we will jump you to the top and take your call right away, no waiting, or your question in chat. Yes. All righty. So what else is going on? Compassionate Light is this Friday. Now I'll be back tomorrow, Wednesday and Thursday, and then Compassionate Light on Friday, and then I'll be back on Saturday, and then the Angelic View returns on the 3rd of March. So Maria will be back. I'll be on with Maria most likely. The Angelic View. Yeah. She only likes doing video if she's doing it with me. And then on the 9th, the 2nd and the 4th Saturdays of March, our fabulous Michelle will be back with Michelle's Mystic Corner, and she's going to have some topics going on her shows. So I don't know what she's got planned yet. Hopefully she lets me know so we can promote it. But yeah, gonna have some interesting stuff besides taking your calls and your questions from chat and everything like that. All righty. Let's pop back over to the phone lines. 215. Ooh, I was born in the 215 area code. Hello, caller. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Hi, it's Jessica. You say that every time I call.
Oh, I didn't know it was you, Jessica. Yeah. See, I figured it was somebody. I thought it was somebody different from PA. I didn't know it was you calling back in. What's going on?
Yep. I was curious to have a reading as far as my business, what you're seeing. I have been, well, things have been good, but there's been a little bit of frustration lately. I just feel like I'm throwing a lot of spaghetti at the wall to see what sticks.
Yeah,
to try to integrate with the community here.
No, you totally are. You totally are. And most of this is confirmation, not really new information. I always say that anyway. Tarot is 90% confirmation, 10% new information. The central focus card is the 10 of Wands. And when you I looked at the card really quickly as I was pulling it right when you were saying about throwing spaghetti at the wall, and I'm like, yeah, it almost looks like that. It's like totally. If there was a tarot card about throwing spaghetti at the wall, or having, most of the time what I say is too many irons in the fire, it is the 10 of Wands. And that is, the fire energy. It's what we're passionate about. The thing about the 10 of Wands, though, is that he's almost there. I mean, the house is right there. I mean, he's almost there. A lot of people go, oh, this is the card of being overburdened, blah, blah, blah. And yeah, that's true. That's one of the meanings, you know, but they overlook a lot of times that he's almost there. Now, he's holding all of these wands. Actually, they're staves, right? And or you could think of them as wooden poles, whatever. But he's got this bunch and they're in front of him and his head's kind of down. And like I don't even see how he can see past the stabs where he's going, you know, and I feel like that's a problem with you right now.
Well,
Let's
you
see.
know, it's actually it's because it's all these new types of industries here that I've never been associated with before. So I'm trying different ways to like reach them, connect with them, so that they, you know, hire me. And it's just exhausting already. Like I've had enough.
Yeah.
So,
Okay. Well, this is the thing. The first cards I got actually, Page of Pentacles and the Knight of Swords. And the Knight of Swords is facing, you know, galloping, racing in towards the Page of Pentacles. Page of Pentacles was the card of the day. Actually, I think it was the Heart of the Matter card, but it was one of the cards of the day. And I don't know if you missed that, but I was talking about, you know, that's the suggestion today is to, you know, keep focus, keep, you know, keep your eye on the ball literally in your business, you know, and then the um Knight of Swords rushing in with his single sword. That's a thought or idea. He's got this single thought or idea. And so, and that's, you know, and then behind him, he's racing away from the central card, can't talk, which is the 10 of wands that I was just talking about. So it's like it's hinting that you need to focus on one thing and, you know, not worry about all the other things and the new things and the different things happening and the new industries and everything, you know, whatever, you know, it's like, you know, just focus on one thing and become the expert on that one, you know, doing it for that one type of business or one type of situation or, you know, I don't know the details. You will understand what this means. And that's the advice it's giving. Okay. And then what happens from that is the Knight of Cups, you know? So to me, that is being more well, there's the emotional stability, but it's also just being happy. You know, it's being satisfied. You know, satisfaction does not come from trying to accommodate every new thing and every business and everything. It comes from focusing in on one thing and being the expert on that. You know, you like if you're a realtor, you could be a realtor for anything. But and in each of those industries, those different sections of the realty world and property, things are changing all the time, you know. But if you focus in on one thing, you know, I only work with clients that are trying to get uh, this kind of location for this kind of business, and that's it. You know, I only do commercial. I only do this narrow segment of commercial. I don't do you know, residences and multifamily dwellings and all that kind of thing. I don't do that. I do this one thing for this one type of client. You know, I only I can't think of a good analogy, but I'm just going to throw out anything. I'm going to say I only work with clients that are looking for a place to put their ice cream shop business, and that's it. I only do ice cream shop businesses. That's it. Nothing else. Even though it's tempting, even though I could do real estate for anybody or anything, I'm only, or any business, I'm only going to do this one. So just contemplate that over the next few days and see what happens, what comes to mind. You know, what is it that is going to bring in
Yeah, I
this.
like that. I mean, that's what my prayer has been,
Yeah.
because like when you're dealing with all these new people and these new industries, it's like, well, I can do this angle and I can do that angle. And it's
Right.
like, I just want to connect with like a certain specific like angle, and then I'll just keep doing that.
Exactly. Yeah. And then the
And
Knight
I'm
of
just
Cups will
waiting for
come in.
that opportunity.
The Knight of
Yeah.
Cups, that's when the Knight of Cups will come in. And it'll be so easy because it'll be emotionally fulfilling for you. But that's what you have to figure out right now. You got to figure out, which of these would make me most satisfied, that I'd enjoy doing, not just doing it for the paycheck kind of thing. And this, by the way, this is a
Right.
big.
Okay. And that's what I've been writing out. Yeah. Yeah.
And the
Go ahead.
last card I got is the only major arcana card showing up, so it's a big deal, and that's the Judgment card. I call it the cosmic wake up call card. This is the universe saying, okay, everything that preceded this is the big wake up, and it's a life-changing thing, and it's not just you, it's like everybody listening in. There's a lot of people listening in right now that are in a similar situation, and they think that going general is the way, when in reality the way is to become the expert in a certain narrow thing, whatever it is you're doing, and then that is where the success comes, and where you don't feel overburdened, like this 10 of Wands. Once you figure out, okay, yeah, this is, I really like working with these kind of clients. I really like taking those phone calls. I really like going out to those businesses. I really like helping this kind of client. That's what you need to focus on right now, figuring that out. So I hope that helps you out,
Okay.
Jessica. Until next
Yeah.
time.
Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate. Yeah, I appreciate it. Thanks, Stacks. All right. Bye bye.
Bye. Bye-bye. That's Jessica from Pennsylvania, one of our regulars. Um, so let's see here. I did have that question from Charlotte, and I want to see if I can get back to that real quick. Hey, Charlotte, are you still here? I don't see her talking in the chat, but she asked about which realtor will do the best job for me, Jennifer or Melanie? Melanine? I can't even pronounce that. Is that really a? I don't know. Is that really a name? Looks like you were trying to put Melanie and spelt it wrong. I don't know. So in the chat, hopefully you're still here. Uh, can you put is that right? Melanine? Looks, when I looked at it real quick, it looked like Merlinine, like Merlin. Melanine or Jennifer. Melanine or Jennifer. Okay, so we're gonna pull cards on that. And I've been trying to get out of here, not like going full 2 hours. Probably in just a few minutes here at the bottom of the hour. So I'm going to try to take maybe another phone call. If I don't get to your call today, or if I don't get to your question in chat, I'll be back tomorrow. And also think about this, especially if you're going to be joining us on a daily basis. What is it that I want to ask Dax? And I don't mean, I should rename these shows. Hey, Charlotte, Dan, should I rename these shows Ask Dax? No, I'm just kidding. But I actually wanted to do that like 20 years ago. I was starting in websites, and I was like, I should have a website that's like, it's just like askdax.com, for my readings. Anyway, no, when I say Ask Dax, what do you want to ask me that's not something going on in your life? That's not about a relationship. It's not about your boyfriend, girlfriend. It's not about your husband or wife. It's not about your work. It's not about your job. It's not about your career. It's not about your kids. It's not about your family. It's not about your house, your home life. Nothing to do with your regular life. It is a question. Maybe it's something to do with tarot or a particular card or a spread, or how do I do this or how do I do that? Something about how tarot works. Something, have you always had a burning question about tarot? What about numerology? How do I calculate my life path? How do I calculate my attitude number? What's the significance of the destiny number? What's the significance of the personality number? How many numbers are in the chart and what does it look like? And how do you work with a chart? And how do you do a report? And, what's a numerology report anyway? Or maybe you want to ask about the law of attraction or the power of the mind, hypnosis and NLP, other psychic sciences. I don't know, but think about that. And, when you come back here and hang out in the cafe, ask some of these other questions. Another big one is, are you wanting to become a professional tarot reader or a professional psychic advisor because you don't do tarot? Let's say you do mediumship or clairvoyance, or maybe you're an astrologer. I don't know. But maybe you have questions about starting in the profession and how do you become a professional, and questions about certification and why you get certified, how do you get certified, should you get certified, and we can tell you about all of that. And you might ask about belonging to a professional organization for psychic advisors and tarot readers and numerologists and astrologists and everything else. The Tarot Guild. I've gotten around to just like kind of started calling it just the Guild, because we want to, now that we're Psychic Cafe, we want to invite everybody that does anything psychic. Maybe you're a spiritual coach, a life coach. Maybe you are, like I said, an astrologer, a numerologist, or psychic medium. You can join the guild and you can ask questions about, joining the guild and the workshops that we do and the panel discussions and the Q&As that we put on. By the way, had a Q&A Zoom call on Sunday, and it was kind of like a website orientation because we have hundreds of members, like 800 members or something on the old website, and we want to give an orientation to the new website and how to use features. And that way you can pop in and ask any question you want about Psychic Cafe and setting up your profile, custom pages, custom URLs. Maybe you want a professional email address for your business. Like mine is dax@psychic.cafe. Anything like that, setting your own business up on Psychic Cafe. Should you have your own website? How to do that? I build websites, by the way. If you want your own website. But if you're real new, you don't have to bother with that. You can have custom pages, your own blog, your own profile, your own unique psychic.cafe/dax web address. So psychic.cafe/ your name, or whatever you want for a custom URL to take them to your custom pages, profile, whatever. That's all available through the cafe. And I did one of these Q&As last Sunday, and I decided, I'm just going to pop on every Sunday. And sometimes we'll have a workshop, though. Like, for instance, the 10th of March, Sunday the 10th of March, Pamela Steele is going to be doing her workshop on the Celtic Cross. We have a PDF handout for you and everything. So what I want to say is really try to come to that. Dan, you come to it too. Everybody, Charlotte, Dan, Michelle, and all our regulars in here, everybody come to that workshop, because we need at least 8 or more people according to what I don't know what she means. There's some process, something in the workshop that she's doing, and she needs a certain number of us to be there. So on that the 10th there'll be a workshop, but then there'll be a Q&A afterwards where you can ask anything about the workshop or anything about Psychic.cafe or the guild or Psychic Talk Radio, if you want to be a Psychic Talk host. So we'll have Q&As, live Q&As, live orientations every Sunday, and some of them will be workshops too. And then during the week I might throw in some, maybe one in the evening, one in the morning, one in the afternoon. I don't know. Those will be a little more random, but just so people can count on something, there's these shows every day. It's just like a live Q&A. You can ask anything you want about Psychic Cafe, Psychic Talk, or the Tarot Guild on these shows every single day. And then we have the private, we're all in a Zoom meeting, which, maybe you would prefer, where that's all we're doing is Q&A, on Sundays. And so the show on Sunday, 11 a.m. Pacific, 2 p.m. Eastern. And so I'm trying to think here. The Zoom meeting starts at 1 p.m. Pacific, 4 p.m. Eastern. Every Sunday. All righty. And so what was that question again? I lost your question, Charlotte. Let's see. I had it sitting here and then it scrolled away. Okay, there we go. Jennifer. Okay, so I'm going to pull a card for Jennifer. I'm going to pull a card for the Melanine, which I can't pronounce. Okay. Okay. Pulling cards. This is really interesting, Charlotte. I got to pop down to the bottom here. Someone's cat is telling and showing me that they want to live curled around their person's neck like a fox stole, but alive. And while they are there, they want hand-fed, top of the line cat treats. Oh, that's cool. So yeah, Charlotte is practicing her animal communication. And I think, Charlotte, did you just have an animal communication for somebody listening, watching now? And Nancy's got a question in the chat as well. Okay, so real quick, Charlotte, about your situation. First of all, I got the Page of Wands as the heart of the matter card, right? My initial thought when I looked at it is like, oh, damn, look at him staring at that pole. You're like still looking. Does that mean you're still looking for the realtor? But there's a lot of other things too. Like this is often a card of travel. Look at the pyramids in the back. So you think Egypt, foreign languages. Charlotte, does one of those two people, and I keep forgetting the names, so I got to scroll back. What the heck were their names? Jennifer and Melanine. Does Jennifer or Melanine, does one of them have an accent, or is from a foreign country, or has a foreign accent or something? That could be what the Page of Wands is indicating. Now, for Jennifer, the main card, the first thing I get is the 10 of Cups. You can't get a better card for a realtor, right? And in the background is literally the building or the house or the farm or the whatever it is. It's right there, and everybody's happy. So I think that's a big fat yes for Jennifer, right? Plus it's an even numbered card, and evens are yes, odds are no, core cards are no, and major arcana are yes. Now, however, for melanine, I get the moon card, which is a major arcana card. So that should be a big fat yes, right? But again, it's the moon card. Is there something you're not entirely clear about? Let's see. No, one of them moved to Oklahoma a few years ago. Oh, okay. That could be what that is. But yeah, so you're asking about one or the other, right? And so Jennifer, 10 of cups, the moon card for melanine, what is it about melanine that's, not crystal clear? Okay. Then I get I pulled a qualifier card just to see. So I got the what is that? King of Cups for Jennifer, along with that 10 of Cups. So notice hers are all emotions, right? And then I got the 10 of Pentacles for melanine with the moon card. So the moon card gives me pause. What is it that you don't know that's shadowy? But the 10 of Pentacles is a really great legacy card to get for, like, if you're choosing a realtor. But the King of Cups with the 10 of Cups for Jennifer tells me with Jennifer, you would be more emotionally satisfied with the entire process and the whole thing, and everything is going to be smooth. And does that make sense, Charlotte? And Michelle says, probably my cat, Charlotte. I've got a few. Yes, she does. And when you're on, Michelle, or when you're doing your show, Michelle's Mystic Corner, they like to make guest appearances on your show, which I think is really cool. Bunch of people in. Oh my God, look at all the people in the phone lines, but no one has their hand raised. That is so weird. So I think we're done. And I think the only other thing in here was Nancy R. Why do they add up the whole birth number in certain numerology systems, but others use the separate month, day, year? They come up with different numbers. Okay. I got to think about that for a minute there, Nancy, because I'm not sure exactly what you're meaning by they use separate month, day, year. And in other numerology systems, they add up the whole birth number. They're actually doing both, and you won't get a different number. You may get a different number before the final reduction. And that's why a lot of numerologists, especially Western numerologists, we tend to add up the entire birth date 3 different ways. So what you're saying about month, day, year, that's a common way of doing it. The month has a certain energy. So let's say it's December. So that's the 12th. 1 plus 2 is 3. So it has a 3 energy. And then what day are they born? Let's say, like, my birthday's on the 16th. Let's say 16. 1 plus 6 is 7. That's the highest spiritual number. That's the seeker, right? And then the year, add up and reduce the year to a single digit. And that'll give you the energy. Well, like 2024, someone born this year has 8 in their year. And then you add it. So then what you do is you've reduced the month and the day and the year to their essence, and then added them together, because the month plus the day plus the year is the essence then of the current day, whether you're doing numerology on a day or somebody's birth date or whatever. Same thing with a lot of numerologists, and I've said this many times, doing the numerology of the day and the tarot of the day. Today's the 27th. A lot of people would say, a lot of numerologists would say, it's a 9-day. That's it. Boom. That's it. It's a 9-day. But I look at the day, but I also look at the whole date. February is 2 energy, 9 energy from the day, and 8 energy from the year, and I'll add that up and I'll reduce to a single digit. In this case, I get 10, 1 plus 0 is 1. So the entire date, which I think is more important, I think I use them equally, the day, because, we hit the 27th every month, right? But there might be a difference between February 27th, 2024 and March 27th, 2024. You see, the energy is going to be slightly different. So that's why I look at both. And a lot of numerologists, will add the numbers across 2 plus 2 plus 7 plus 2 plus 0 plus 2 plus 4. And then you usually get it's rare to get a triple. You would get like a double digit number. You'd add those together. If you still have 2 digits, add them together to end up on a single digit. And you do the same thing for the birth date. So you add them all the way across. And then you reduce the month, the day, and the year, and then add them together and reduce. And then you also stack it. Remember in school, well, I don't know how old you are, but people like me, we used to, the way we used to add numbers was we would stack them on top of each other, blah, 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 carry the 3, blah, 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 that kind of thing. So you put and you can put them in any order you want, but like the month, the day, and then the year, and then add them together, and then add those numbers together and get to a single digit. And what they're doing there is they're not looking for the number to change, because if you reduce the month, the day, and the year first and add them together and reduce, if you add the numbers together and reduce, or if you stack them and add them together and reduce, you will always get the same single number. What changes is before you make the final reduction, that double number will be different. And what we're looking for, or what I don't want to say for all numerologists, because a lot of them, they only add it one way to look for a master number. I add all the different ways, and I am looking for a master number, period. I want to find a master number. A lot of numerologists say that the only real way to add a date is to reduce, again, the month, the day, and the year to their essence energy, and then add those energies together and get a common energy from the addition of them together. I don't believe that, but hey, if that's your thing, if that's, some people say there's only that one way. That's the only way to add them together. But I think each individual number is important, you see. And that's why I also add them all together and reduce, And if I find in any of the ways of adding them together and reducing, if I find a master number, that's significant to me, Like if you add all the numbers of my birth date across, you get 33. And then 3 plus 3 is 6. So I'm a 33/6. So if you ever see written down or hear a numerologist say you're a 33/6, that's how they write and say somebody's life path when they're a master number. So the 33 is the master builder, master teacher number, and it reduces to 6, the nurturer. So you have both of those attributes, and now you can work within the master number energy and bring it to its fullest. Or if you ignore that, you're a 6. You're working the 6 energy if you're not making the effort to work the 33. The 33, the master numbers just mean that you have a higher calling, that there's more that you can do for society, for people in general. You're here to heal people or teach people or build things for people or manifest things for people. That's the Master Illuminator 11, Master Builder 22, Master Healer, Master Teacher number 33, and the Master Manifester 44. So I hope that answers the question. Nancy says, I was used to stacking and the separate number method. I noticed when names are calculated, they use the separate names. Um, well, yeah, you don't have to, you know. I mean, when I'm doing somebody's destiny number, which is the energy from your entire birth name at birth, what's on your birth certificate, all three names in typical Western, I mean, other people, other societies have like, 15 names, but you translate all of the letters into numbers, add all the numbers together and reduce, and that's the destiny number. Now, you take all of the consonants alone and add them up and reduce to get the personality number. You take all the vowels alone, add those up together and reduce, and you get the soul number or the soul urge number. But the thing is, if you want to reduce the names first, like Jane Doe, you want to take the letters, make them numbers, reduce to a single digit for Jane, and do the same thing for Doe, and then add them together. That's fine. I don't see the difference because you're going to end up with the same number at the end. Either way, when you finally reduce to an individual single digit, it's going to be the same number. Some numerologists like doing the separate reduction because they feel like they want to look at the energy of those individual things, whether it's the month, day, year, first name, middle name, last name, whatever, you know, uh, street name, street number, street name, town name, you know, if it's a location. I mean, there's like everything's numbers. There's numbers everywhere, phone numbers and zip codes and credit card numbers and telephone numbers and social security numbers. And, I mean, it's a little bit endless. It's a little bit endless. Yeah. But there is not a huge difference there. There's not that's the big takeaway. So Charlotte, I don't know, did that help you out at all? I know you're going on and on about the cat thing, especially with Michelle, but what about the realtor thing? Hopefully you caught all that. But anyway, I'm going to get out of here, and because I got to come back and do this all over again tomorrow, right? But this was fantastic. We got a lot of calls. We still have calls. They're probably listening in, but we've got tons of people on the phone lines here. We've had people come in. Nancy actually asked a really cool question. If you have something more about that, Nancy, if you pop in tomorrow or the next day, you can ask whatever aspect of it you were wondering that maybe I didn't fully answer the question, and just ask additional questions tomorrow, the next day, I'll be here. Awesome stuff. Bye, Dan. Dan says bye. Yep. So I'm going to get out of here, play the outro music, and wow, Blog Talk worked the whole show. It's a miracle.